You should always ask questions. It gets the HR professional thinking this person's really already invested. Hey everybody, it's Belinda. In this video, I'm going to talk about 8 questions that you can ask at the interview. So at the end of the interview, every time they'll always say, do you have any questions for me? A lot of times people are so nervous, they be so ready to get out of there that they just say, no, I don't have any questions, and they run and leave. When in truth, you should always ask questions. Always. That's how you learn. You know, I tell people is you learn about them, they learn about you. So you need to be asking questions at the interview. So here are 8 questions that you can ask at the interview. Question number 1. When do you plan to make a decision? That is the first question that I always tell people. Make sure you ask this question. You want to know when they plan to make a decision, when they plan to hire. Some people hire immediately and they plan to make a decision quickly. Some people don't plan to make a decision until a month from now, maybe 2 months from now. You want to know that because you may be sitting waiting thinking, man, I thought I did a great job at the interview, but I never heard back from them. Why? Because they're not making a decision until 2 months from now. That's why. So at the interview, one of the questions that you want to ask, and our question for question number 1 is, when do you plan to make a decision? Question number 2. What skills does your ideal candidate need to have? You want to ask that question because you want to hear what they think the ideal candidate needs to have. You know, you listen to what they tell you that's important to them. Then, if you have those things, any of those things or all of those things, you want to make sure you say that at that moment. You know, that's great because that's what I have. I have and list back what they think or what they say is important for an ideal candidate. So question number 2, what kind of skills does an ideal candidate have? Question number 3. What are some challenges of this position? So you want to ask them what they think, what they've already picked out, already established, already have determined some challenges of this position. That way you'll know in your head what's ahead of you if you're offered the position and how you can help combat those challenges. So whatever challenge they tell you to have, if you can resolve that or if you can get ahead of that, talk about that. Talk about what you can bring to diminish some of those challenges. So what type of challenges does this position have? That is question number 3. Question number 4. What can you tell me about the company's plan for growth? Now you're thinking that's an odd type of question, and it is. Very few people ask that question, but that shows your interest in the long term of this company. That shows that you have interest. So you want to ask that type of question because it gets the HR professional thinking, the supervisor thinking, this person's really already invested and they haven't even started. They're already interested in the future of this company. And it gets them talking to let you know kind of what is coming up next, what's to be expected. So ask that question. That's an important question. Few people ask that question, but it goes so further because a lot of times HR people hear the same questions asked over and over again. Throw that one in there and see what you get. That's question number 4. Question number 5. How does the company approach problem solving? With this question, you're going to have the HR representative sitting on the edge of their seat. They're going to be so blown away. So few people ask these type of questions. So you're interested in how the company solves problems? Wow. I'm almost speechless to even talk about it. So ask that question because you want to know, how do they deal with problems? How do they solve problems? Let them tell you. And you get a little bit into their thinking, into how the company thinks, part of their culture. That's how you can check some of the temperature of the company by asking those type of questions. Again, HR people rarely get these type of questions. We get the same questions asked over and over again. So to talk about these type of questions makes you stand out, makes you seem vested, that you're already, almost feels like you're already a part of the agency because you're asking growth type long-term questions, not just regular old benefits, pay, things like that. So you want to know, how does a company solve problems? What is their problem solving process? Because that helps you know, does one person make a decision and everybody just follow suit? Or do they put a committee together or a team? Do they do a survey? You know, that type of thing. So that's a great question to ask at the interview. That's question number 5. Question number 6. We're almost at the end to our 8 questions. What is your management style? That's important. A lot of people don't think about that at the interview, again, because, we're focused on other things. You want to know your supervisor's management style. Are they a micromanager? Are they, you never see them? They just leave you alone and you solve your own problems? These are things that you kind of want to know about if you can before you accept the position if it's offered to you. Because that way you'll know how to best be successful for yourself. So knowing your supervisor's management styles can help you be a successful working relationship with your supervisor or manager. Because if they're a micromanager, you know that before the position's even offered. You know that before the position's even accepted by you, because you're asking that question in the interview and they're telling you, hey, I'm a micromanager. I can tell you that now. I micromanage my people. So if you're offered the position, you accept the position, and you don't like to be micromanaged, then this might not be the position for you. So that is the time at the interview to ask those type of questions, those type of appropriate professional questions. What is your management style? And let them tell you. That is question number 6. Question number 7. What is a typical day like? Let them tell you from start to finish what a typical day like. Everyone always says, well, every day is different, which is true. Every day is different. But most jobs have a kind of routine-ish things of things that you do, routine-ish, every day. So let them share that with you so you can kind of have an idea of what to expect, what you'll be doing on a day-to-day basis. So what is a typical day in this position? That is question number 7. And question number 8. I like when people ask me this question. This is a very good question to ask. It gets the HR representative talking, also gets supervisors, managers talking, especially if you feel like they're kind of rigid, because everybody's not smiling friendly like Belinda, but this will help them talk about something positive specifically for themselves. So question number 8, what do you like best about working at this company? That's question number 8. What do you like best about working at this company? And in that, you can hear some of the things that they enjoy, that they feel like is a good thing about this company. That maybe the company celebrates your birthday and make a big deal about it. Or that they don't micromanage you, or that they give you opportunities to grow. Let them tell a story. If they got stories, if the HR representative got stories about why they like working here, it gets them in a feel-good position. So question number 8 of smart questions that you should ask at the interview is, what do you like best about working for this company? And there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions that you can ask in the interview.